We just had the spoilers for One Piece chapter 1161. This is coming after the last chapter where Dragon saved Shanks and Shamrock. And the God Valley incident truly begins as we see the arrival of the Rocks Pirates, Roger Pirates, and even Garp onto God Valley. This week's chapter picks up with where we had left off with the chapter titled A Poem of Love Bound Amid a Rain of Arrows. We do have a pretty nice manga color spread this week. The color spread features the Straw Hat crew playing in a hook machine. And then the ordinary cover of the chapter features Yamato, Momo, and Kienmon who are praying in the shrine. So the details of the chapter begin as we see Dragon versus the Holy Knight woman with sharp fangs who appears to have wrecked him with a beam. Now before Dragon gets killed by the woman, Whitebeard saves him, but unintentionally. We're getting more details about what was going on with the Rocks crew, and it seems like a lot of his underlings had betrayed him, so Whitebeard, Linlin, and Kaido team up to beat them all. So apparently Garp also appears and he attacks Rocks, Whitebeard, and Linlin, but Linlin attacks Garp with a fire attack, but it is useless. Kaido, Whitebeard, and Linlin run away from Garp because they have no time to fight, even though Kaido wanted to fight Garp. We then see that the Roger Pirates and Rocks Pirates, including Whitebeard, Big Mom, Shakky, and Kaido, are about to meet in God Valley City. So Shakky appears to have gotten away as she was the main prize of the hunting competition on God Valley. She does this off her own back, but the Holy Knight Summers gets her and almost kills her. But then suddenly Rayleigh shows up and defeats Summers with a powerful attack. Rayleigh then appears to have won Shakky over as Roger and Gaban cry in tears. So these are the brief spoilers for chapter 1161 of One Piece, and there is no break next week. There have been quite a few reactions following this chapter. People are discussing how Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido were actually loyal to Rocks, and it's quite sad how things have turned out. People are also commenting on how it was really messed up that Teach, the son of Rocks, ended up betraying Whitebeard like that after Whitebeard was loyal to his father. Whitebeard, after all, took in Teach and he ended up getting backstabbed by him. It's amazing how the future Yonko were all loyal to their captain. People are also talking about how Roger's right and left hands had messed up Summers decades apart, as we learn that Rayleigh had defeated Summers on the God Valley incident, and this is following Gaban's performance against Summers during the Elbaf arc. The three future Yonko stayed loyal to Rocks the entire time. It goes to show why those three rose to power after and became Yonko. So Dragon battles the Holy Knight woman with sharp fangs, so it seems as though he may have gotten caught shooting the Celestial Dragon. And yet Dragon was apparently unintentionally then saved by Whitebeard. I mean, people are shocked that besides shooting a Celestial Dragon as a Marine rookie, he had also fought a Holy Knight. Another incredible reveal from the spoilers from this chapter is Garp battling against Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard. He truly is worthy of his title of Marine Hero as he fought against those three future Yonko. There are even more reactions on Twitter. Garp had three future Yonko running from him. Do y'all realize the greatness and weight of this incident? Garp didn't earn his rep from nothing. He was a demon to the pirates. Yet Whitebeard, Linlin, and Kaido run away from Garp because they have no time to fight, even though Kaido wanted to fight Garp. People are also connecting how Whitebeard saves Dragon, who ended up saving Shanks, who saved Luffy. So yeah, Whitebeard could be the reason behind all of One Piece. Rightfully so, people are wondering why there were no admirals in God Valley, but now you understand that Garp was enough to deal with the pirates. And also the God Knights were there too, so they didn't really need admirals at God Valley. And besides, what could admirals do against the likes of Rocks and Roger? This is why Summers had PTSD. Rayleigh defeated Summers decades ago, and the dude still fears the Roger Pirates. And it's interesting again that Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido were the main ones who had stuck by Rocks' side. The God Valley incident to Dragon appears to be what Marineford was to Luffy. I really cannot believe that we're getting the complete God Valley incident flashback. There's also speculation that during this battle against the God Knight, this is where Dragon may have lost Shamrock. There are some people who are critical of Dragon, but you have to remember that during the God Valley incident, he was only 17 years old. So the fact that as a rookie, he's battling a Holy Knight, it's quite a massive feat. So yeah, this was literally the reaction of the future Yonko as soon as they saw Garp turn up at God Valley. While the last chapter had a lot of love for Dragon, it seems like the spoilers for this chapter have given a lot of love for Whitebeard. With him having saved Dragon, he never betrayed Rocks, and he holds the title of the strongest. Whitebeard apparently is the definition of him. So yeah, with Whitebeard having defeated a God Knight, with Rayleigh easily folding Summers, it seems like every top tier already knew how to defeat or counter the regeneration of the Holy Knights. People are talking about how Rayleigh saved Shakky, how he is the knight in shining armor, and they hope that this is the end of Roger's obsession with Shakky. Roger ends up with Rouge, so we know that that does happen. There's quite a few memes about Rayleigh and Gaban low-diffing Summers, and even more criticism of Blackbeard, as not only did Whitebeard accept him as a son, but also was loyal to his father, and Teach had to betray him and attack him in such a cowardly way after Whitebeard took so many bullets. Previously we had speculated that Whitebeard, Kaido and Linlin would have betrayed Xebec. This is because Rocks didn't really maintain a loyal crew, but it seems like at least the future Yonko were loyal to their captain. For the most part, the Rocks crew consists only of selfish scumbags, as Whitebeard, Linlin and Kaido would all learn from this experience when forming their own crews. Whitebeard created a family of youths acting as their parent. Linlin continued to grow her own family of child soldiers who she has no emotional attachment to, whereas Kaido would start up his Animal Kingdom-like crew where the strongest stands at the top. So those speculating that Dragon leaves the Marines following the events of God Valley may well be correct, especially how things are turning out, and with him having kidnapped the children of a Holy Knight, he probably has no room left to stay within the world government. Yeah, and an interesting outcome from this chapter is the three characters that you assumed would turn their backs on Rocks had all ended up defending him. And with Summers being afraid of Gaban, it led to people assuming that this is because something may have happened between them on God Valley, but this chapter confirms that it was actually Rayleigh who had put the fear of the Roger pirates into Summers. And there's also speculation as to what Garling will do if he ever finds out what had happened to Shakky. Could this be a setup for a Garling versus Rayleigh fight in the future? I'm really excited that there is no break for One Piece next week, and the God Valley incident flashback truly is shaping up to be more than what any of us would have expected. So I do want to know all of your thoughts about the latest chapter of One Piece. What are your thoughts about the latest reveals from this chapter? Whitebeard unintentionally saving Dragon, learning that most of Rox's crew betrayed him aside from the future 3 Yonko, Garp's taking on Whitebeard, Big Mom and Kaido single-handedly, and then the 3 future Yonko escaping but Kaido still wanting to face off against Garp, and really one-shotting Summers. There's quite a lot of power scaling reveals within this chapter, so let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, and lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.